Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I'm Colette. You can check me out at Loveitforeverllc. Let's get into this video. Okay guys, so today I wanted to talk about doing my 100 shirts with my heat press and my Cricut. This is the shirt I'm going to be doing. I've already done a few already. This shirt is actually in the cool stage. Let me just show you a little bit of my setup. So I have my heat press here, my t-shirts that are ready to get pressed right here, and then over there of course I have my Cricut. Then if you swing around here, yes, my office is my garage. If right here we have my t-shirts cooling station. So basically I have a sheet right here, 100% cotton sheet to take the heat, and then because my hot shirts are going right here and my cool shirts are over there, so after that I just fold it and then we're ready to go. So let's show you exactly how. I use 315 degrees and I put it on for 35 seconds. Depending on what layer of the shirt that I'm going to be doing will depend on how long I actually let that go, but I have it defaulted to 35 seconds. But most of the time I usually cut it just a little bit short, because especially if I'm layering a shirt, I don't want all the every single piece of the vinyl that I'm using to take 35 seconds each, because in the end it's going to be taking a lot more than that, because I have to continuously put heat on it, and I'm going to show you how. So first I have my white shirt, 100% cotton. Let me put this up a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Alright, so I have my white t-shirt, and I just take a look and see, you know, if there's anything on the shirt. Make sure the shirt is good, because this is going to a customer. It's not a test shirt. It's a legit shirt that I'm going to be selling to someone. So I have to go ahead and make sure everything is good. I'm going to lay it down on the heat press like this. I try to make sure I get the center on it. Anything extra is fine, but I just got to make sure at least the center is definitely on the press itself, where the heat is going to go. Make sure you guys like this video, okay? Like and subscribe, please, if you're new. It really helps my channel and it supports my business. Alright, so I'm going to give it a quick press. Wait about maybe 5 or 6 seconds. And what this is doing is just taking all the extra moisture out of the shirt. And that just helps for it to take whatever you're putting on top of it. Whether it be vinyl, whether it be infinity ink, whether it be, you know, anything that you're putting onto the shirt. It just helps take all the moisture out so it's able to adhere to it better. Now what I do, most people do this first, but I do it after the fact, because usually once I press the shirt, I usually now can see if it's really necessary to go with the lint roller and pull everything up. So all I do is just go by with the lint roller real quick, make sure nothing extra is on the shirt, because of course, you know, we are human, so our hair is everywhere. Our you know, and then if, you know, I have pets as well, so sometimes I may stop in the kitchen or something before I come into the office, so I just want to make sure that nothing from me transfers onto the shirt. And it looks like we are good. Alright, so now in my case I have about 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 layers, but I'm going to do basically 2 steps in one to give the shirt as many so I won't have as many presses on the shirt. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to place my star where I need it. Alright, and I'm going to use I have like, this came with my embroidery machine, but what it is just a grid, and there's 3 dots right here, and it helps you line up the shirt. So what I'm going to do is put it right in the middle on the shirt, and then line my star up according to that line. Hope you guys see, if you guys can see that. Maybe bring you a little closer. Alright, so like I said, what I'm doing is just lining up my star according to that line. And for my shirts, I put my where for this particular design, the star arms, these two right here on the side, are going to be equivalent to the bottom of the underarm. So that's how I know that my star is in the placement that I want it to be. And then with my grid, it helps me figure out how far from the collar that I want to place it. Okay, to make sure all the shirts are consistent. Then I'm going to, I actually have to go. So these are my words already pre-cut. And I'm going to place that, I usually place it right underneath star certain amount. You always want to check your vinyl, by the way. I know I'm kind of going off, but when you look at this, you want to place it up to the light, look on both sides of it, just to make sure you don't have anything, because this particular brand is sticky on the back. So therefore anything's going to stick to it, whether it be lint, dust, your stuff from your shirt, hair, anything. It will stick to the back of this, and therefore when you place it onto the shirt and press it, you're pressing anything that got stuck onto this onto your shirt. So you want to make sure that that stuff is that it's all clear and good to go. And mine is good, so we're just going to place it exactly where I would normally place it. For mine, for my letters, I usually place it about maybe a ½ inch below the star. Just gotta make sure it's layered properly, because like I said, this is a legit shirt I'm doing right now. So it's not a test shirt, so any mess ups is not good. That means it's a bad product and I can't send it out. So you gotta make sure this is 100, even if I'm videotaping. Alright, and we are good. We are good to go. Alright, so once I put those two on, go ahead, put the heat press over it. And what I do is when I go down, I land my heat press slow so nothing shifts, because even though the words part is sticky, the star part is not sticky. Like some of these vinyls, they come, let me put the camera back up since we're waiting. Some of the vinyl, they come with a backing that's not as sticky, like my stars. They don't have a sticky back, so therefore like I can just touch it no problem. But my words, like I showed you, it's really sticky, so therefore it will not move, but my star will definitely move. So that's why when I place it down slow, and then go ahead and do that press and put on my timer. So now, like I said, I don't wait until the actual beat, because of the fact I'm layering the shirt. And what I mean by layering, in case you guys don't know, is that I am going to be continuously putting different designs on top of different designs over and over. So therefore, the press, it's going to continuously get heat. So that first layer that I put on here, the star, is going to get the most heat. So therefore, I don't want to press. I want to press it the minimum amount of time for it to adhere to the shirt. Okay, so now we have the star and we have the words. Now I'm not going to take off the, what is it called? The adhesive part off of the words. The reason why I'm not going to do that is because I'm going to have to continuously put, like I said, heat on it. And because of that, if I take this off and then heat it, the vinyl on here might stick to the top of my heat press. So I want to keep that on there until I'm done with my layering of the face, okay? So my next layer I'm going to put on is going to be my mouth and my eyebrows. Now, most of you guys would probably say it's already together, why don't you just place it on the shirt? Well, I come to find out that for some reason it's not, the cut of the star and the cut of the face for some reason is not lined up correctly. So therefore I have to split it in half, but I'm still going to do it in one press together. I just have to place it differently to make sure that all the places that I don't want shown are not shown. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm just making sure that nothing is on it. Again, you want to make sure that all your things are 100% clear. You don't have any extra vinyl or anything that you don't want on your shirt, you don't want on this. Okay, so anything you don't want on your shirt, you do not want on this backing. So I'm going to place that where it's supposed to be placed on my shirt. And what I like to do is, because the shirt is still hot, because it's sitting on the press, I kind of just give it a press on it, just so it'll kind of stay where it's supposed to stay for a minute. See, this one, it has a lot of vinyl on it. Okay, so if you know anything about the Cricut, when it does cut, it tends to leave like a lot of the extra little vinyl pieces on there, which is why I would kind of, it's not that I don't recommend the Cricut, it's just if you're going to be doing this as a business and commercially, I would advise you to go ahead and make the extra $100 or $200 payment and get you a commercial cutter. Your cuts would come out so much nicer than what this is, especially when you have to do intricate cuts. Everything would be cut like it's supposed to be. The reason why I have not is because I don't do this as often. This isn't the main part of my business. My main business is sewing. If you guys check out my site, Loveitforeverllc, you see I have a lot of bags and things like that on my site. And that's mainly what I do. I sew bags, you know, put things together as far as with the sewing machine. So that's why I didn't put the money into a professional cutter, because I usually don't need it. But it's good to have. If you're going to be doing this a lot, it's good to have. So we are pressing this. I'm going to press it probably for about 20 seconds. Then I'm going to pick it back up because I have one more layer to do. And while that is working, I'm just going to look at my last little layer, which are my eyeballs. I'm just going to make sure everything that's supposed to be on there is on there, and what's not supposed to be on there is not. Alright, so that's done. What I'm going to do is pull this up. Now sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I have scared myself and there has been like some hair or something on it, and then once I pull up my transfer paper, I see that there's no, you know, the hair is on the top or something, because sometimes that happens. I don't know if hair is like attracted to heat or something like that, because I don't see anything at first when I first press it down, and then I pick it back up and all of a sudden there's like some kind of random hair or random lint or something sitting on top, and then I find out it's on the transfer paper. So I mean, you are going to get a lot of pollen and stuff. It is hot, not pollen, but a lot of like lint buildup and stuff like that. So just watch out for it before you press the press button. Alright, line it up. Then we're gonna put, now to put my last layer, I still have to protect all my other layers from so much heat, so much direct heat, and I have to protect the underside of my heat press as well, because of the fact that, like I said earlier in the video, that the vinyl will stick to the top if you don't protect that when you press it down. So I'm going to use what I use for my star, because that protects the whole design, and just slide that back on like I took it off the first time. And then I'm going to check one more time to make sure that my eyeballs are exactly sitting where I want it to, which they are not. So that's good, I checked. It's like a little piece here that shouldn't be. There we go. Like I said, I'm doing 100 of these shirts, so I want to make sure that every single shirt is as consistent as it can be. Granted, I know I'm not like a big wig t-shirt maker, but I can get it close to perfect, right? You can do anything if you try. Alright, so we're going to give that a last press, start the timer, and I'm going to let this one ride out the whole 35 seconds, okay? While I'm doing that, what I would be doing is taking my other shirt that I have, pulling off stickers. Another thing while I wait is I go over here to my cooling station. Can you see that? My little cooling station. And I would take this shirt that is now completely cooled, and I just give it a fold and place it in a pile of the other folded shirts. Now my heat press is done. Bring you back over here. Sorry guys for all the back and forth, but I'm trying to make it as authentic as possible without doing all kind of cuts and stuff in the video, so you can see it from front to back. Make sure you guys know step for step what goes on. If there was any problems, I would like you guys to see those too. Fortunately for me, there was no problems on this shirt, but there has been problems where either the shirt had holes in it, or the shirt for some reason had got like a little burnt, so now it has like a brown tinge to it. So there has been issues, but lucky for me is I bought like 4 extra shirts just in case. Alright, so we're gonna swing this. So what I did was I put it upside down, and I'm gonna give it a final press on the bottom half of the shirt, and all that's doing is just you know, straightening, ironing the bottom half, making it look nice and neat. It's also adhering that last the letters that I have at the bottom. It's actually adhering the last those to the shirt. So now we have our t-shirt, and now he's ready to go. So now I'm going to put this shirt in the cooling pile over here. Let me show you how I do that. What I do is I just lay it down here on the sheet with my design all the way on the sheet, just to make sure it gets cool. Now what you don't want to do, which I learned a hard lesson about that, is you do not want to fold the shirt on the design before it is 100% cool. And I would also recommend not packaging it or folding it packaged with the design folded. Let me be more clear. So you see how this shirt is? A regular shirt you would find in a store folded just like this. Folded up, no problem, because there's nothing on the shirt. But you'll also notice all the wrinkles you get in the shirt. You'll also notice the tag that's been on it and it's been folded. You'll have a huge fold mark on that t-shirt. So that's what happens with your vinyl. So if I was to fold this right now while it's hot and I folded it, I'll get a hard crease in there into the vinyl. So therefore the design would not look nice. And if I also fold it, even if I fold it and it's cool and I fold it onto the design while it's cool and I place it into packaging and then he finally gets it, say shipping takes an extra week or something, now the design is probably going to be creased and folded that way as well. So what I try to do is I try not to fold it when it's cooling down, and when I do fold it, I fold it around the design itself, and then I go ahead and package that. So that is how I make my t-shirts. I have about maybe 40 more to go, and then I'll be finished with this order. But thank you for watching. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really helps me and it really helps my channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.